Hey, what's going on everybody, George here, and today I'll be showing you how to turn GTA 5 into the ultimate real-life simulator using mods. This video is actually an updated version of my previous GTA 5 to real-life videos, so if you want something lighter or less extreme, I would suggest to go and watch that video first. Link in the description or in the upper right corner. This time around though, we're going all in on realism. All of the mods will be in the description under a Pastebin link, and they will be in the order of installation plus additional annotations and instructions. Still, feel free to only install the mods that you like. Let's begin. Starting with graphics, I'm using Visual 5 and Natural Vision Remastered. If you have Natural Vision Evolved, you can probably use that as well. From Natural Vision Remastered, I'm using these 5 optional add-ons, but the last one is especially important to avoid bugs when we install World of Variety later. But yeah, this is everything that I'm using for the graphics, pretty simple but yet very effective. Moving on to map and texture changes, we're gonna begin with the most significant one, which is LA billboards. This one is no longer an individual mod, but actually a mod pack that includes in itself LA billboards and 11 additional mods by different creators, all striving to replace game assets, locations and textures with their real life counterparts. So with this, you'll be pretty much changing everything, from famous landmarks and architectural sites, through billboards around town, freeway and other signs, street art, store items, vending machines, and even the garbage on the ground. This mod pack makes a very big change to the world of GTA 5. After that, we install LA Revo, which includes in itself 2 mods, LA Roads and LA Vegetation. Vegetation changes are hard to spot, but the roads are probably my favorite thing here. They are very clean but still fairly detailed to make them look like real life ones. For vehicles, we'll begin with some scripts, the first 2 of which are leaf fixes, speedometer and simple fuel mods that are meant to work together. You can see your fuel levels above the speedometer. Once you're low on fuel, you'll get a notification and be guided to the closest gas station. You can either refuel by the traditional way or by using a jerry can. Another script that we'll add is car inventory that will allow you to store different items in the trunk of your car. To open or close the trunk, you click E and the mod guides you through the rest. This script also comes with its own blinkers that can be activated by clicking L or K. Moving on to some vehicle textures, I'll be using the dirt textures from Lord of Dirt and Skin, Devil and Tires. The textures are very detailed and nice looking, and they're my personal favorite. For police vehicles, we're also installing the Los Angeles police logos, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. This one also includes in itself the California license plates mod, so you don't need to install it separately. More logo changes will be made by another texture pack that we're installing. This one is gonna change advertisements or logos on things like truck trailers, box views and others. Finally, the military enhancement project is also gonna make some texture changes, but this time to both army vehicles and army pets. And since we're talking about pets, the only other pets texture change that we'll make is with these LAPD SWAT models that resemble more the real SWAT officers and their uniforms. This part is 3 in 1 because the mods here are kind of connected with each other. So starting with the first one, realistic epic explosions, it makes the explosions bigger and changes their texture with a new better one. It also comes with a new fire texture, as you can see from here. Improvement in gore is self-explanatory, it will make the blood and its particles more prominent and better looking. Rage Euphoria will enhance the ragdoll of all pets and how they react to gunshots, gunshot wounds and pretty much anything that involves the ragdoll physics. It allows for more and realistic scenarios. Pickups 2.2 is a complete overhaul of the weapon system. No longer you'll be able to carry an armory in your pocket. Now you only have 4 slots and each can hold 1 weapon only. It also has the option for a visible loadout, which I personally turn off. As you can see, pickups are also different now, showing the name of the weapon and the amount of ammo in it. Finally, for the weapons, I'm also using realistic gun sounds, which is probably the most famous gun sounds mod out there. This final part is gonna enhance the world by adding more possibilities to it and making it more interactive for the player. The most significant modification here is World of Variety, which changes way too many things to cover all of them, but some of its features include new and DLC vehicles in traffic, new and DLC pets, more scenarios, more possibilities and more variety in every aspect of the game. Also, World of Variety has now been merged with another mod, Gangs of Los Santos, so now there's more gang members with new looks and different loadouts. Gang distribution is also different now, with rival gangs now closer to each other, which allows for naturally occurring gang fights in certain places. Enable interiors is gonna add more accessible buildings around the map, and then some more. Thanks to World of Variety, previously unpopulated interiors now have people in them and are more lively. And for vehicles, Premium Deluxe Motorsport can offer you any vehicle, from the broken ones to the baller ones, so you can obtain a vehicle like every other normal person. Cars are customizable and you can even take them on a test drive. And because GTA 5 doesn't like keeping your vehicles outside of your garage, Persistent 2 should help you to never lose your vehicle. Once you leave it, you can lock it by clicking E and it will not disappear until you come back for it. After that, once again by clicking E, you unlock your vehicle, get in and get going. The next big modification is Vitality and Fitness. With this one you can go and work out at the gym just in the same way like you did in GTA San Andreas. The first time you go there, there's an introduction of how things work. You now also have stamina in the bottom right corner and other stats like hunger, thirst and energy. For that reason you can now buy more things at the different stores that will sustain these stats. Or you can go to one of the restaurants around town and do the same thing. For the energy stat, you can either sleep in the player's bed or go to one of several motels and spend the night there. And since we're on the topic of foods, working hot dog vendors and taco trucks restored 2-cut beta features of the game, so you can now buy food from these two. If you see a taco truck in traffic, you can actually call it by clicking E, just like a taxi, and go buy food from it. This also unlocks a new way of making money. By getting on a taco truck, people will try and buy tacos from you so you can make money. And speaking of making money, simple jobs, as the name implies, is really simple. You go to one of few places around the map, apply for the job, and if you get accepted, you can choose for how many hours you would like to work. Just don't skip work because you'll get fired. One more job opportunity that we'll add is Bus Simulator that will allow you to work as a bus driver around town. You can choose in which part of town to work and make some extra bucks. Finally, two more scripts that will make a ton of changes are Better Chases Plus and Pull Me Over. Better Chases Plus completely changes the cops' behavior. First off, unless you harm somebody, the cops won't shoot you but instead try and tase you, no matter how many stars you have. If you harm somebody, they'll get an authorization for a pit maneuver. And only if you start aiming your weapon at them or start shooting them, then they will of course start shooting you as well. Cops can also use spike strips now to blow your tires to try and slow you down. If you manage to escape, there might be a warrant for your arrest, and depending on what they got as identification, they can either remember your vehicle or the player himself. And once they recognize either of them, the chase continues from the point it ended last time. You can of course always change your clothes or vehicle to avoid being recognized, or surrender by clicking E while wanted. Pull Me Over has a different purpose though. It adds traffic laws to GTA 5 and anything from going above the speed limit, driving in the wrong lane, running a red light and others is punishable with a fine. If you have more than 7 violations, your license gets suspended, your car seized and you're not allowed to drive anymore. Cars can also get reported as stolen now, and if a cop sees you, he can stop you and arrest you. At last, unless you have a controller, it will probably get annoying constantly clicking to try and keep your speed under the speed limit, so I've included a simple speed limiter that allows you by clicking 5 to lock your current speed. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's also quite a lot of other optional mods that I'm using, but since I've already done enough talking, I'm gonna leave those at the end of the Pastebin link as well. Now I will quit talking and show you some gameplay. Enjoy!
Delicious. Man, that was just what I needed.
it my way.